What's one piece of advice you have for somebody that's starting a business about money that you've learned from setting up a business?
Cash flow is part of a business that a business owner has to understand prior to starting a business in order to be able to be successful. Cash flow starts when a business starts in business, and actually before, with proper planning. It's important for a business to create a business plan prior to getting started. With the business plan, the business will look at what their startup expenses are. The startup expenses in a business, for example, could be that the business actually has to go out and buy a piece of equipment, and that equipment's going to be what generates some business. It could be that the business has to put money into a location that they're willing to open up if they're going to have a retail location or a store somewhere that they're going to operate out of. Or it could be that they're in a home-based business and they have to buy computers and printers and equipment that just get started. So those are some of the startup expenses a business will entail. Other expenses that a business has to look at are their overhead cost each month. What does it actually cost the business to be able to operate on a daily basis? And then the business has to look at the product or the service that they're actually selling. And they have to figure out, based on the overhead cost and the startup cost and how much money they've invested initially, how much will they end up having to sell the product for, how much is invested in the product or the service that they're going to sell, and what's going to be their bottom line that they're going to actually make off that service. If businesses don't know that, they don't know where their break-even point is and where they're going to actually start to make a profit, it creates a problem for them long-term in cash flow. Because without making a profit and generating a profit, a business can stand the high risk to be at loss. And so with that risk that they put themselves in, it may mean that that business may end up very early on in trouble. They may face having to go out and ask for financial assistance to be able to continue to operate. It could even mean that the business has reached the point that they don't have enough cash flow and they've overextended themselves to have to close the door. So it's so important for business owners to understand, not just startup business owners, but even existing business owners, how important and vital it is to the success of managing cash flow. I'm Tina Parker, Small Business Center Director for Edgecombe Community College.